The story begins when a young boy named Akira Tendo leaves the house for work but notices a horde of zombies approaching him. He was rushing to save his life, but he was also eager to get to his office because he didn't want to be late. It all started a year ago when Akira got a new job. Akira is delighted to begin his first full-time job. He has joined the commercial production branch of Master Shot. He will be reporting to Chief Kasugi. At first, everything about this work is exactly what Akira had hoped for, and he even begins to fall in love with a gorgeous girl in his firm, Sayori Otori. But soon he is swamped with work. Akira thinks that working overtime on the first day is not unusual, but it soon becomes routine, and the workload begins to consume Akira. Despite his depression, he continues to work because of his coworker, Sayori Otori, who is the only one who treats him with kindness. One evening, Akira meets up with his best friend, Kencho. Kencho tells Akira to resign from his work and live his life as he wishes. But Akira mentions a college football game that they lost. Due to this, their conversation does not end well, and they end up fighting over the lost football game. Akira has been working in this poisonous workplace for a year, and this harsh workplace environment continues to break him. One day, Akira leaves the house for another harsh day, and he discovers his neighbor on the ground outside. When the man turns around, Akira realizes he's turned into a zombie and is about to eat another neighbor. Terrified, Akira begins rushing upstairs as more and more zombies appear to chase him down, sometimes emerging from nearby apartments. Then he notices a swarm of zombies approaching him. He was rushing to save his life, but he was also anxious to get to his office because he didn't want to be late. But suddenly he notices that the world is on fire and that everything has been destroyed. At that time, the first thing that comes to Akira's mind is that he no longer has to go to work. He feels really happy as a result, and he celebrates on the terrace of his building. At this point, he considers trying to save the only person who has been good to him, Otori. He contacts her, and she responds by telling him where she is. As a result, Akira leaves his house to assist Otori. He descends the building using a pipe and comes across a pregnant couple in their home. He asked if they needed anything from the market and said he would deliver it to them and then move down. Akira tracks down Otori and her affair partner, the company's director. However, the director has turned into a zombie. Akira defeats the director's attack in a violent fight, but Otori has also been bitten, and as the sickness spreads, she attacks Akira. He hurriedly pushes her away. Before departing, Akira informs zombie Otori that he has been in love with her since he was employed. When he returns home, he finds a depressing scene. The pregnant couple has vanished. Their home has been splattered in blood. He understands what is at stake. If he can't live his life as he wishes in this new world, he's better off as a zombie food. Then, Akira prepares a list of things he wants to complete before transforming into a zombie. The next morning, he awoke full of vigor and began completing all of these tasks one by one. He also gains some information about zombies, discovering that they are drawn to sound. Then he goes to a market store and buys all the expensive items he couldn't afford on normal days. There he encountered a few zombies, but he managed to avoid them. He colors his hair and rides a motorbike at full speed. In the evening, he lit a few fireworks to celebrate his new life. During his adventure, he encounters a lovely woman named Shizuka in a grocery store. At first, she kicks him but then pauses when she realizes he is not a zombie. While they're talking, they hear a man outside asking for help. Akira rushes outside and throws objects at the zombie pursuing the man, but they are ineffective. As soon as the zombie enters the market, Shizuka starts to battle him while displaying incredible prowess. Akira is impressed and asks Shizuka to stay with him, but Shizuka declines Akira's invitation to stay with him, telling him that his urge to help people will only draw danger. Following that, Akira returns to his flat, and looking at images of his college days makes him concerned about his friend, Kencho. He adds something to the list before calling Kencho, who is still human but in difficulty. Kencho's stuck in a hotel room surrounded by zombies. Akira affirms to save him, and after wearing his old football uniform, he speeds away on his bike, escaping all the zombies on the streets. Some zombies tried to grab the back wheel, but Akira knocked them off with a fast spin. When Akira arrives at the hotel, he is met with a swarm of zombies in the street. He quickly acts by throwing a speaker onto the ground and fills the area with music that attracts zombies like a magnet. He uses his football agility to leap over and gracefully avoid the zombies, deftly pushing a few of them aside. He enters the hotel by using the tops of cars as stepping stones, killing another zombie on the way to Kencho. Meanwhile, Kencho becomes concerned by the strange silence outside and slowly opens his door. Akira shows up just in time, and old friends immediately apologize to one another. Their reunion is short-lived and danger resurfaces when more zombies appear. The two act quickly, leaping to the roof and blocking the door with a ladder to finally secure their escape. After that, they go to a great restaurant and enjoy a lovely dinner. After their heartwarming dinner at that restaurant, Akira expresses his desire to become a superhero to protect the world from zombies. At this, Kensho reminds him that he does not have any superpowers. Due to this, they decide to visit Ibaraki's Marine Paradise Aquarium. They believe the shark-resistant diving suit from that aquarium could serve as Akira's homemade superhero armor against the zombies. As they continue their journey, they stop at a market to buy supplies. Suddenly, a frantic scene erupts and people are escaping for their life from the unrelenting zombie horde. Amidst the turmoil, Akira manages to save two flight attendants, a bus driver, and Shizuka, whose amazing skills aren't enough to ward off zombie attacks. They dash into a store in search of safety and slam the shutter. Everyone thanks the rescuers for coming to their aid, but the bus driver covers his bitten hand. Then they gather a large amount of supplies and have a small meal with lots of drinking. Akira's list includes have a drink with a flight attendant, but when he attempts to flirt with them, they ignore him in favor of Kensho. As Akira tries to talk to Shizuka, she notices he has cut his hand by mistake. She quickly responds to his injury and reveals her previous medical training as she attends to it. Suddenly, the bus driver transforms into a terrifying zombie and fixes his eyes on Akira and Shizuka. Just as he gets closer, faraway noises divert the driver's attention, leading him to another prey. The driver ambushes the girls and leaps at one of them, clamping onto her and biting her to death. As her friend intervenes, she suffers the same fate. The driver is now on the hunt for Kensho. At this, Akira went to save his friend and Shizuka finds a radio and uses it to distract the zombie. While the driver is immersed in the radio, Shizuka rushes to the door but is unable to lift the shutter on her own. Then they work together to push open that stiff shutter and then dash into an RV. At first, Shizuka hesitates, but then she eventually gets into the RV because the zombies are getting closer, and she has no driving skills. They rush away from the city, now together. On their trip to an aquarium, Shizuka develops a strong bond with Akira and Kensho. They also check Akira's bucket list and try to accomplish remaining tasks. But then there's a loud crash, and Akira blacks out. Spikes were strategically placed on the road. When he wakes up, he's in the aquarium, and a nightmare returns, his demanding ex-boss, Chief Kasugi. The aquarium is a reflection of his prior hazardous employment. Akira has been rehired, and he is once again locked in his same hectic life. Kasugi runs the aquarium in the same manner that he runs Master Shot. They also have a few trucks that go to the city to get supplies and to prevent other individuals from robbing the vehicles. Surprisingly, the gang uses zombies to protect their supply trucks and prevent theft. These beasts are kept behind gates, and when it's time to mobilize them, a guard directs their movements with a megaphone. Kensho and Shizuka feel really sad as they see their friend, who was so happy just a day ago, working non-stop for Kasugi. However, Kasugi doesn't seem to care about how Akira feels. The couple who are going to have a baby, and whom Akira wanted to help, are also there. The husband says he'll help them escape from this tough situation, but Akira has gotten trapped in this bad job again. When Shizuka's temper flares, she confronts Akira in front of everyone. She reminds him of the things he wanted to do on his bucket list. She tells him that his job has turned him into a zombie. At the same time, Kasugi throws the list to the ground and steps on it. At this, Akira loses patience. He hits Kasugi and quit working for him. In the city, a truck driver stops for a cigarette, accidentally allowing a clever zombie to sneak into his supply-loaded truck. Later, as he opens the truck at the aquarium, the cunning zombie jumps out and bites him. Panic breaks out as a swarm of zombies floods in through the open door, causing disaster. Chaos reigns within the aquarium as terrified people flee, and hungry zombies grasp every opportunity to bite survivors. In the midst of the chaos, some zombies go into the shark display, becoming a feast for the shark. Sadly, Kasugi doesn't lead with wisdom. Instead, he puts his own safety before that of others at this crucial time. Akira and his buddies lock everyone in the shark exhibition room, believing they are safe. However, the shark had eaten on some zombies. It emerges from the water, sprouts zombie legs, and begins following them. They sprint, and the shark is close behind. They find another room where Akira's friends had locked everyone inside to keep them safe, except for Kasugi, who is stranded outside. He tries to flee, but makes a disturbance that attracts the shark's attention. As this shark starts following him, Akira, who has always been devoted, would not leave his former boss. He put on his newfound superhero suit after being encouraged by his steadfast friend Kencho. Kasugi is running down the passageway, but he stumbles. Akira leapt in just in time, delivering a powerful kick to the frightening shark. The shark charges Akira, ready to bite. Akira grips the shark's mouth, but instead of assisting him, Kasugi flees. Luckily for Akira, Kencho arrives in a forklift. Akira moves, allowing Kencho more room. Kencho charges at the shark, but it proves to be more difficult than planned. He runs away. Shark rushes after Kencho as he runs down the hallway. He jumps through a break in the wall, landing in an exhibition area. The shark, attempting to chase, stucks in the hole due to its size. Meanwhile, Akira is surrounded by zombies. Shizuka enters the scene, equipped with 2 megaphones, to divert the zombies' attention. She moves through the crowd quickly and gracefully, attracting their attention. She tosses the megaphones behind her as she approaches the tank's edge. The zombies are attracted to the sound and fall into the water. The trio reunites, and as Kasugi tries to join them, the shark finally frees itself and throws the boss away. Akira runs to check on him, and the shark attacks, but Akira stops it with a piece of pipe. The shark, however, is stronger than the pipe and closes its mouth, grabbing Akira's hand. Shizuka hurries to get a torch to acquire its batteries as the shark starts thrashing Akira around. She explains that sharks have a highly sensitive instrument in their brains that they use to identify their prey, and that a shock from an electrical current could kill it. Kencho takes the batteries after Shizuka has taped the batteries together and concentrates to make a better pass this time after recalling his failed college football pass. Kencho throws the batteries with all of his strength, and they fall safely on Akira's hands just as the shark turns to attack Kencho. Akira clutches the batteries in his fist and leaps to punch the shark on the nose, sending a charge through its body that kills the shark. After a while, the survivors share out supplies and prepare to depart the aquarium. They choose Akira as their new leader, inspired by his leadership. Akira, Kencho, and Shizuka also leave together. This time, Akira suggests they all add their wishes to the bucket list. That way, they can work together to make each wish come true.